Now that you've flattened out your bags, it's time to cut them up. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your bag, and I have a nice little mat here to cut on. But if you don't have a mat at home, maybe you could get a scrap piece of cardboard or something like that. So what I have here is a rotary cutter. If you have anyone in your family that likes to sew, you might have a rotary cutter at home and not even realize it. So I'm going to be using a rotary cutter in this video. However, if you need to just use regular scissors, you can do that too. The first thing you're going to do is slice off the handles of the bag and then the bottom seam of the bag. So this rotary cutter is super sharp. Make sure if you're using one that you watch your finger. So there goes the bottom of the bag, and then I'm going to slice off the handles as well. All right, so those we discard, and we've just got this bag here. When you make the loops, you want to make the loops around 3 inches in width. It's always better to make a wider loop than it is a more narrow loop, because the last thing we want is for these to tear. So err on the side of them being a little too wide. It's a good idea to use your ruler when you're getting the hang of this, but then when you start to eyeball it, just make sure that you're not going too narrow with these. So this is about 3 inches. We'll start at the end here, and you'll slice this up. As you're getting the hang of this, I recommend only working with one bag at a time. As you get good, you'll be able to work with 2 or 3 bags at a time, but it's always good to start with just one because you don't want to get sloppy. If you get sloppy during this process, it'll affect the crocheting, and you don't want to do that. So make sure that you're being as consistent as you can with the width of these. And I'm going to eyeball this one. This looks like about 3 inches. So you're going to end up with a little bit extra sometimes, and that's totally okay. Don't stress about ending up with extra. You'll just discard that. So if you are using scissors at home, you'll do the same thing with scissors. You'll cut the bags into 3-inch wide loops. So these are the loops we're going to be working with next.